Hey guys, it's Abby and today I am going to be giving you book recommendations based on Animal Crossing characters. So I adore Animal Crossing. Now, most of this, well, this is new. You can't see what's down there, that's less new. But I really like Animal Crossing, really. I have played it ever since the DS, not the DS Lite, not the DSi, but the DS. I then bought a 3DS specifically to play Animal Crossing, and then I bought a Nintendo Switch specifically to play Animal Crossing. All of the merch things have come from my partner. All of them. Every single one of them. I love him. I also, I didn't include it because they're downstairs. Wait. I got these for Christmas. I really like Animal Crossing. If my love for Animal Crossing wasn't apparent enough, I have logged hundreds of hours on this game. You should see my Switch, and that is with the fact that I haven't played it for a long while, because I have had stuff going on in life, so I haven't been able to play it for a long while now. Not consistently anyway. I've went in, had a quick look around my island again, but it's been about 3 months since I've played it consistently and about 1 month since I've logged in. So I thought I would do this, because this will get me back into the Animal Crossing spirit. So yes, I've played this for years and years and years and years and years. I was absolutely obsessed with it on the DS, and I'm so mad at myself. I did basically everything, so I restarted my island, and I've regretted it ever since. So I don't have my original island anymore, but I have my original 3DS island, and I have, of course, my original Switch island. And if you couldn't tell, I really do like Blathers. One of my favourite animals is owls, so Blathers and Celeste are some of my faves. So, now that I've gushed over all of my belongings, let's actually get into the Animal Crossing, the Animal Crossing characters and the books that I think go best with them. So of course we have to start out with Tom Nook. This is a staple of the series. He's been there ever since the first one on the GameCube, and for him, I put Heist Society by Ali Carter. Nook is greedy. He's a tanuki, which is essentially like a raccoon, a similar species to a raccoon, and he is constantly asking you for money for your rent. How dare he? So I thought Heist Society was perfect for him based on money and possessions and wanting to own things. What else could I pick? Why did I put this now? My shelves are filled with Animal Crossing things. Now we have Isabelle. She was new to New Leaf and she was the assistant to the mayor. And I went with Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger. The reason why is she often talks in New Horizons about the TV shows that she's watching, the movies that she's watching, and I think this would be such a fun one for her to read and to enjoy. This is a Victorian steampunk finishing school for lady spies, and I think that it would just be the perfect mixture of whimsy and propriety as well as fun and danger. Now of course I have to include Blathers, who I adore deeply, and for him I've went with Other Minds by Godfrey-Smith. This is a non-fiction book all about octopodes, octopi, octopuses. They keep changing how you say the plural of an octopus. But it's a non-fiction book all about them, and I think he would love it. He hates insects, absolutely despises them, but he loves fossils. This does talk about ammonites and things like that because they relate to the evolution of octopi, and then also he does love sea creatures. So I really enjoyed this. I made notes throughout, but I don't mean like notes as in like accurate notes. I mean just like stupid notes. That highlighter I used was running out. I should probably go back through and re-highlight. Damn, that's interesting. Oh, lovely. So yeah, I made stupid notes. This was gifted to me by my wonderful, amazing friend Amy, who is not on the booknet, but she is on the internet. So I will leave her TikTok down below. I keep playing them on loop. Mwah. So she gifted me this, and I adored it. And yes, Blathers would love this. Then we have Celeste, who is Blathers' younger sister, and she adores looking up to the stars. And in Wild World, she actually had an observatory where you would go up and you would be able to make your own constellations. In New Leaf, that was gone sadly, but she did run the upstairs shop in the museum. And in New Horizons they brought her back in a lot more of her celestial form, and you will find her wandering around the islands on occasional nights, and especially when there are shooting stars and meteor showers, and she gives special recipes for star-related items. I adore her so much, she's so adorable, and for her I've picked the Boneless Mercies by Genevieve Tucholke. I'm saying her name wrong, I'm sorry. This book is mystical and magical. It is a retelling of Beowulf, the long poem, and I think that this mysticism and magical aspect really translates well to Celeste's love of the stars and of, you know, ancient mythology that comes linked with the astrology signs and everything that we have with the stars. I think she would love this. Then for another new character to the series, and that is Flick. So he is brand new to New Horizons. He actually replaces his, I can't remember if it's his granddad or his uncle or something, but he basically replaces an older character that had been in the previous series. They've updated him, modernised him, and he is very punk with rings and black clothing, and I thought he would like The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. As described by Samantha Shannon herself, this is a fantasy-heavy dystopian. This is a world where magic and clairvoyancy is illegal, and our main character Paige is a clairvoyant, and it follows her within this world. She is captured for her clairvoyancy, and she is learning more about the society and about how things aren't as they seem, even in this dystopian world. I think Flick would just love the darkness of this as well as the cover. And then, just as a bonus, so for people who've played the series for a while now, you will know Tortimer. He used to be the mayor of the town, so in the original Animal Crossing and in Wild World, he was the town's mayor. And then in New Leaf, he wasn't the mayor anymore, that was the player, so instead he had an island all to himself, a tropical island, and you would actually be able to see Tortimer when you went and did challenges and games on the island. Unfortunately, now in New Horizons, Tortimer's gone completely. He's no longer in the game. He's always mentioned as being old in the previous games, so a lot of fans have assumed they've just quietly killed him off. But we can't know that for sure, and it would be lovely to have him back because tortoises do live a long time. And so what I think that Tortimer would like is War and Peace. Tortimer is very old, very stuck in his ways, very traditional, and I just think that he would like a good old tomb like War and Peace. And those are 6 Animal Crossing characters and the books that I think that they would enjoy and that match them best. Let me know down below if you play Animal Crossing, and if you do, which edition do you play, when did you start? I know that I've managed to make Caitlin get a Switch and play Animal Crossing. I'm a bad influence, so I know that Caitlin only started with New Horizons, but that she really likes Animal Crossing. But let me know down below, guys, if you've played any of the games, if you like them, and if you've read any of these books. These are all books that I've read. I'm close enough. These are all books that I've read, so I was able to actually accurately pop them through, but there could be other books that I haven't read yet that would perfectly match these characters. And I will say as well that there are a lot of other characters within the Animal Crossing universe. That is not a phrase I thought I would say. So I could always do this again with some of the other characters. I didn't do all of the original ones, and there are newer ones who've popped up throughout the series that could be fun to link some books to. So let me know if you have any ideas for them down in the comments below. If you want to see any more content from me, guys, please do hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Is this an obsession?